sewage to raise the effluent quality before it is discharged to the receiving environment such as sea, river, lake, groundwater, etc. So this is a most important process after secondary one. In general, the tertiary treatment is costly as compared to primary and secondary treatment method. But there is a need of tertiary treatment. Now let us see what is the need of tertiary treatment. To remove the total suspended solid and organic matter, those are present in effluent after secondary treatment, means which are remain present after primary and secondary treatment of water, then that all removes which are hazardous for us are removed by using a tertiary treatment. Second purpose is to remove the specific organic inorganic constituent from industrial waste to make it suitable for reuse, means to if we make that water is reused for the various purposes, so that the organic and inorganic particles or the impurity present in that water get removed uh, is must, so that tertiary treatment is required. Next purpose is to make the treatment wastewater suitable for land application purpose or directly discharge it into the water bodies like a river, lakes, means if we want to directly discharge into water bodies like a river, lakes, sea, etc., then it is must be suitable for the various applications, so the treatment is required. To remove the residual nutrient beyond what can be accomplished by earlier treatment methods, means those which are remain in that residual nutrient are get removed. Then the removal of pathogen from the secondary treatment effluent, means again that pathogens are also removed. One or more of the unit operations or that process mentioned in the diagram, it will be used for the achieving the tertiary treatment, means this is a general diagram which show that how the tertiary wastewater treatment is done. After primary and secondary treatment, that water is allowed to pass out for the nutrient removal. Then again next step is the disinfection, means disinfections are we know that this like a chlorine, nitrogens, ozone are added, then oxygen are added for as a disinfectant, then the nitration and disnitration, then the ion exchange, then membrane process, then filtration, then carbon adsorption. These are the all general process which are done in a tertiary wastewater treatment. In advanced wastewater treatment, the treatment options or the methods are dependent upon the characteristics of effluent to be obtained after the secondary treatment to satisfy the further use of wastewater is called the tertiary treatment. Then the first one is the nitrogen removal. The wastewater which are all or the it is the discharge of from the industry that are containing the nutrients include the sewage, agriculture runoff, and maybe industrial effluent, means the industrial wastewater, sewage water, agriculture wastewater. These are all the all wastewater are present the nitrogen in it. That nutrient of the most concentration are of nitrogen and phosphorus. The principal nitrogen compounds in domestic sewage are proteins, amines, amino acid, urea, ammonia, nitrogen in sewage results from the bacterial decomposition of these organic constituents. Nitrogen containing compounds results from the biological decomposition of proteins and from urea discharge in body waste. means that nitrogen is come out from the biological decomposition of proteins and from the urea. This nitrogen is in a complex organic molecule and is referred simply as organic nitrogen, so that the organic nitrogen may be biologically converted to the free ammonia. Means that nitrogen is whenever undergoes that reaction, then it is converted into a free ammonia, means the NH3, or the ammonium ions like a NH4 plus, by one or several different metabolic pathways, means by single process or by continuous successive reaction. In general, there are the two exist of equilibrium as NH4 plus. We know that the NH4, whenever it get decomposed, then we get the NH3 plus H plus. But whenever the NH3 plus means the ammonia are capture that hydrogen, or whenever the ammonia reacted with a single nascent hydrogen, then again the ammonium ions are formed. So the ammonia nitrogen is the most reduced nitrogen compound found in a wastewater, which can be biologically oxidized to the nitrogen if the molecular oxygen is present. Means that molecular oxygen means the under the aerobic condition, means in the presence of oxygen. That the wastewater, the predominant forms of nitrogens are organic nitrogen and ammonia. Means these are the main two chemicals or two form of nitrogen which are mainly found in generally found. The nitrification may take place in biological treatment unit provide the treatment period and long enough generally. For the HRT secondary treatment, the conversion of organic nitrogen to ammonia is significant and nitrification may not be significant. Because of oxygen demand extremely by ammonia, then about 4.6 milligram of oxygen per milligram of NH plus and oxidized, and due to other environmental factor, the removal of ammonia may be required. The most common process of removal of ammonia from the wastewater are: first one is the air stripping, and second one is the biological nitrification and denitrification. Then the first one is the air stripping. It consists of converting ammonium to gaseous phase and then dispersing the liquid in air, thus the allowing transfer of ammonia from wastewater to the air. Means in this process the ammonia is again converted into a gases by applying that liquid air or that liquid air in a liquid into the air. Whenever we add that nitrogen or nitrogen containing liquid, whenever we spray in air, then it that nitrogen is allowed to remove, and then it mix with air. Now the relative abundance of this phase depend on both pH and the temperature of the wastewater. We know that the pH must be greater than the 11 for complete conversion of ammonia, so that this pH is generally greater than pH of normal wastewater. So adjust the pH is necessary prior to air stripping. The addition of lime is the most common means addition of lime is the most common way to increase the pH, so that we can remove the ammonia from that wastewater into the air. From raising the pH, the enough lime must be added to the precipitate, the alkaline, and to add the exposure of OH ion for the pH adjustment. So here it is the diagram of the spray tower system, where that pH is balanced and the nitrogen get removed. So that there is at the right hand side there is the blower system, so that there is the inlet in which the water is inserted, and at the right hand side there is the liquid supply pipe which allow the liquid supply, means scrubbing liquid. That liquid pump is raised and then spray into the gas particle separation, means where the gas particles get separated into the water whenever they are sprayed by a sprinkler in a diagram, so that whenever we pass out or that water is spray, then the gas get removed at the top of the from the top of that container or that diagram by using a moist scrub, because whenever there is a dust or other particles are present or the smell is present, then that can absorb on that moist dust, and gas get removed at the top of that uh, uh, top of the solar tower, and at the bottom the slurry get out or that slurry is collected. The most important and efficient reactor for air stripping is counter current spray tower. We can see that in a diagram there is a larger quantity of air is required and fan must be installed to draw the air through the tower. So the packing is provided to minimize the film resistance to gas transfer by continuously forming the splashing and reforming drops. The air to wastewater ratio ranging from the 2000 to 6000 cubic meter of air per cubic meter of wastewater is used for the design. Air requirement is the most at the top lower temperature. So the tower depth, in generally that tower depth is less than 7.5 meter, and hydraulic loading vary from 40 to 46 liter per minute square meter of tower. The limiting of this process occurs at the temperature close to the freezing temperature. The drastic reduction in the efficiency is observed and preheating of gas is not possible because of high volume. The other problems associated with that include the noise and air pollution and scaling of packing media. The noise pollution problem is caused by a roar of the fan. Means that whenever that fan is get start, then the noise pollution is created. So the odor problem is due to the dispersion of ammonia gas in atmosphere, due to which this technique may not be permitted at some location. This problem can be minimized by locating the facility always from the populated area. The precipitation of calcium carbonate scale on the packing media as a result of wastewater softening can be minimized by the use of smooth surface like a PVC pipe as a packing material. So the occasional cleaning of the packing media is still required for this process. Biological nitrification and denitrification bacteria remove ammonia nitrogen from wastewater by a two-step biological process. That one is the nitrification followed by a disnitrification to convert it finally into the gaseous nitrogen. In this gaseous from nitrogen is inert and does not react with the wastewater itself or with other constituent. The present in wastewater, since the treated wastewater is likely to be saturated with molecular nitrogen. The produced nitrogen is simply released to the atmosphere. These two steps involved required different environmental conditions, and hence generally they are carried out in a separate reactor. So the next step is the nitration. It has the important role in the nitration removal from the wastewater during this treatment. The biological conversion of ammonia to the nitrate or nitrogen is called the nitrification. It is autotrophic process means that is the energy of from the for the bacterial growth is divided by oxidation of nitrogen compound such as ammonia. In this process, the cell yield per unit substrate removal is the smaller than heterotrophs is the nitrification. Now that nitrification having a two-step process, or it is a two-step process. In first step, the bacteria known as the nitrosomes can convert the ammonia and ammonium to nitrate. These bacteria known as the nitrifiers are strictly aerobes. This process is limited by a relatively slow growth rate of nitrosome. Next bacteria called the nitrobacter finish the conversion of nitrite to nitrate. The last step, that is the reactions. In first step, the reaction is like whenever the NH4 plus is reacted with or in the presence of 3 by 2 O2 means in the presence of oxygen, then it gives a nitrogen dioxide with removal of hydrogen in the presence of water means it get from the nitrate. In second step, formation of nitrate. First step is the nitrite, second step is the nitrate means whenever the nitrite in the presence of half of O2 it gives the nitrate, and the overall reaction of these two is whenever the NH4 means in NO2 get cancelled, then again 3 by 2 O2 and half of O2, then it gives the 2 O2 means NH4 plus 2 O2 means 2 oxygen, it gives the NO3. We know that the NO3 minus is the nitrate with removal of H plus and water. The nitrosomes and nitrobacter use the energy derived from the reasons or from the reactions for the cell growth and maintenance. The nitration may be used to prevent the oxygen depletion from nitrogen's demand in receiving water. Hope so you understand the tertiary treatment. Before this lecture, we learn about the secondary treatment, primary treatment, filtration method, disinfection methods. So hope so you understand all the concepts.